person I have on my list is Carmen Ledzima, and she is from Indiana Disability Rights. So thank you for putting your camera on there. I'm going to spotlight you, Carmen, and turn the floor over to you. Thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you for inviting me. My name is again Carmen Ledesma, and I am a bilingual protection advocacy specialist. And also, I work assisting the legal team, and I do translations of legal documents or materials that we may need. And we are now part of the outreach team as well. And well, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of the organization I work for is called Indiana Disability Rights. And this organization is part of the Protection and Advocacy Network. There is we call PAs, P and A's, and there is one in every state, territory, Washington, D.C., and the American Indian Territory. Uh, and our organization eh, is doing protection, protect and promote the rights of people with disabilities within every state. Um, eh, our mission is to uphold, promote, and advance the rights of individuals with disabilities through empowerment and advocacy to achieve a more just society, equitable society. But why we do this? How we do this? We provide or providing intake and referral services, which average about 250 incoming request calls per month. We also advocating informally or through legal representation on behalf of individuals with disabilities whose rights has been violated. Uh, Regularly, we do monitoring at sittings that serves individuals with disabilities, including state psychiatric hospitals and similar institutions. Uh, Investigating also allegations of abuse, neglect, and exploitation, of individuals with disabilities. We also engage in systematic activities, including class actions lawsuits, serving on a committees and work groups, educating politicians, policymakers, and public reporting. We also offer people with disabilities accessible self advocacy tools. IDR, or Indiana Disability Rights, is divided into several legal teams. I'm gonna extend a little bit more about the first one, which is employment team. This team eh, is first of all, I want to talk about employment rights as a person with disabilities. These rights are freedom from being denied employment or experiencing discrimination in your work due to your disability. Also, reasonable accommodations to perform your job. Can the employment team help me? How can they help you? If you are a person with disability who is employed or wants to work, Indiana Disability Rights may be able to help you. The employment team can address cases involving the issues as follows: problems with VR, it means vocational rehabilitation, including but not limited to ineligibility to participate in the VR program, placement on VR's order of selection waitlist, inappropriate trial work experience, denial of services or supports needed to achieve your employment goal, reduction or stoppage of services or supports needed to achieve your employment goal, case closure before you achieved your employment goal. Also, denial of necessary post-employment services. These include denial of reasonable accommodations by your employer or an employer from who you are seeking employment, denial of employment benefits or advance by your employer on the basis of your disability, refusal to hire you because you are a person with disability, discipline act, or termination from your job due to reasons directly related to your disability, inappropriate or insufficient supports and services from an employment network if you are a person who receives Social Security benefits, confusion about work incentives available to you if you are a person who receives Social Security income or benefits, problems with uh, centers for living for independent living, including but not limited to ineligibility to receive services from these centers for independent living, denial of services or supports needed to help you to obtain employment, and case closer before you have achieved your employment goals. Well, I did extend a little bit due to your topic tonight about the services provided by the legal team of employment. Also, the attorney who is in charge of this team, she's from Puerto Rico, I'm sorry, and she's 100% bilingual. Another service that we provide is a representative payee team. This team audits the records of certain representative payees to make sure the respective Social Security beneficiaries they serve are not neglected or exploited. Another legal team is civil rights, which helps people obtain reasonable accommodations from housing providers, state and local governments in places of public accommodation. Also, obtain reasonable accommodations and modifications across several domains, such as helping a tenant advocate for reasonable accommodation to a pet policy so they can have an emotional support animal or advocate for a ramp to be built at a local restaurant so wheelchair users can dine there. Uh, uh, a third legal team is the abuse, neglect, and discharge team. This team investigates allegations of the abuse or neglect of an individual with a disability. It advocates for clients who are not being timely and appropriately discharged from institutional settings. Another legal team, is the health care team, which helps clients access health care related services, such as accessing reasonable accommodations, including a means to facilitate effective communications in a doctor's office or other medical settings. Appealing eligibility denials for Medicaid, home, and community-based service waivers. Appealing involuntary discharges from nursing homes. Appealing insurance company denials by Medicaid or a private health insurance company. Another legal team is the self-determination team, which educates clients and their family members about less restrictive alternatives to guardianships, such as supporting decision-making agreements, powers of attorney, and advance directives. Represents individuals with disabilities who had been abused, neglected, or exploited by their guardians. Also represents individuals with disabilities who are ready to petition for the termination of a guardianship. Also, we have the education legal team. This team can advocate to ensure students with disabilities receive a free, appropriate education, public education in the less restrictive environment. Helps address schools' non-compliance with the students' individualized education program or 504 plan. Also, it advocates for students to be evaluated for disabilities by the school district. Our last team, PSP team, focuses on policy and legislation that affect people with disabilities, also voting rights, special projects, outreach, and also help the other teams. I gonna post in I gonna post if you need our help, which as I explained, you will be informal advocacy for one of our attorneys or other staff, or by legal representation. So I gonna post if you need our help. You can call the intake team at 800-622-4845. And I'm going to put our contact information right now in
chat. Thank you very much.